practically living paycheck to paycheck. If there's no paycheck, then, and I've stretched what I already have to the limit.
A federal worker candidly sharing their thoughts tonight on their current reality, a financial future that's uncertain for them as the government remains closed. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6. I'm Guy Rawlings.
And I'm Brittany Decker. The government shutdown started October 1st, and after another failed vote today, the government will stay shuttered.
Like we've told you before, the shutdown affects federal workers who are either furloughed, meaning not working and not getting paid, or essential workers scheduled to work but still not getting paid.
In past government shutdowns, workers have been able to get back pay. Under the Government Employee Fair Treatment Act of 2019, furloughed or working employees are required to get compensation for time during appropriations lapse. But this week, a White House memo argued furloughed workers might not be entitled to getting retroactive pay. Some federal employees will get a paycheck this week, but it won't be as much as usual. It'll only be partial, only covering the time they worked the end of September.
WVTM 13's Aaron Llewellyn spoke with a federal worker today, and he explains why they feel like they're living in a world of uncertainty right now.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
This federal employee says they can joke about the situation they and thousands of others are going through right now, but the fear of the unknown still looms overhead.
I don't know if I'll be able to continue to pay my bills, to live. I have 2 children. I just don't know.
We're choosing not to show the employee's face or share their name to protect their identity. This employee says they have an essential position in the federal government, and because of their status, is expected to work for free.
If I don't report to work, there's a possibility that I may not get paid once the shutdown is over and the budget has been approved.
The employee says they're expected to get their last check on Friday, but since the shutdown started in the middle of the pay period, they say they're preparing to see less than what they're owed.
What you're bringing home is pennies compared to what you're normally used to, so it's unbelievable at this point.
The employee tells me they were already living paycheck to paycheck.
You don't think about how much money you're losing until it's not there. A check that would normally last us 2 weeks, it's barely going to last us a week, even with great budgeting. It's because the funds are just not there.
And in 2 weeks, when that check doesn't come and their children wonder why, the employee tells me they're going to have that difficult conversation.
I want him to keep that innocence of being a child and not having to worry about, well, how are we going to pay the bills, or are we going to have a place to stay? Are we going to have food to eat?
So many questions and no answers yet.
What are we going to do when whatever allocations that we currently have, when all of that is depleted, then what are we going to do? Then it's going to affect more than just us. It's going to affect the American public as a whole.
In Birmingham, Aaron Llewellyn, WVTM 13.